Sunday morning, sitting on the edge of my bed doing my quiet time, and just wanted to make a quick video. Was having some thoughts, and I was just here kind of reflecting on the last few years, last several years actually, my walk with God, and I was thinking about all the good things that are really starting to happen, and how they came at a price. They came at a very high cost to me, and I was thinking about God and how when you're walking with Him, He'll paint you into a corner almost. He'll put you in such a tight position that if you continue to walk in obedience to Him, there's really not a lot you can do besides what He wants you to do, like His perfect will. He'll put you in a place where He'll get that out of you, but it's not necessarily comfortable. I almost compare it to like a piece of sand being in an oyster's, in the body of an oyster. And for that oyster, it's very uncomfortable, that sand, and it'll produce something around that sand, and it becomes a pearl over time, and it's this great thing, this beautiful thing, but it makes that oyster's that sand more comfortable. It makes that oyster's life more comfortable, and God will put you in some really uncomfortable situations sometimes to get something out of you, to get a pearl out of you. For me, that pearl was City Fam. He put me in a place that was very foreign to me, very uncomfortable, where I didn't have a network of friends. The world that I lived in was not what I wanted. It was very uncomfortable to me, and I had to produce this thing, or work with people to produce this thing to make my life more enjoyable, to make my life more comfortable, and this piece of sand less irritating, which was my life. And I really just kind of compare it to that, but it was painful. It was uncomfortable, which is why I produced this thing, and then eventually I produced a book because of it. And God just had me in such a tight space. Just the way He controlled my finances, the way He controlled my relationship status. There really wasn't a lot I could do besides those things, because I didn't have a reason not to. Like, the reason that I work 12 to 15 hours every day is because what else am I going to do? Like, there were, long stretches of time where I didn't have any money. I didn't have a girlfriend. So like, what else am I going to do? I talk about sex transmutation in the book, and I also refer to it as the 11th reason not to have sex before marriage, where you can take all your sexual energy and you can literally just put it into amassing wealth, or an invention, or just building a business, or creating anything really, any kind of enterprise. But it's really practical, and it's like, just from a standpoint of, if you're not chasing the opposite sex, or even if you don't have a relationship, like, you can work a lot on whatever your thing is. And for me, it's proven true, because I was able to build a nonprofit, and then eventually write a book, because a lot of it was because I didn't have a girlfriend, and I didn't, or a wife, and I didn't even, God kind of controlled my financial situation, that it was like, really, outside of going home and watching TV, I didn't have a whole lot else I could have done with my time. But I mean, of course, you could always be disobedient, because we always have free will, and I could have gone out and done something that was outside of His will. But if I was really trying to remain obedient to God, He had me in such a tight space, that, like I said, painted me into a corner in many respects, that it was like, what else was I going to do besides what I did? So I just encourage people that if you're going through something that's uncomfortable, know that it's God's design. If you're walking in obedience to Him and it's uncomfortable, there's a reason for it, and He's trying to get a pearl out of you, because there's always a pearl in it. There's a quote, and I think it was in Think and Grow Rich. It said, let me see if I can remember it. Every adversity has the seed of an equal or greater benefit. So that, and they give it lots of examples. So every adversity has the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Now, a lot of people don't find it, because they play victim, or they're like, woe is me. But there's always a benefit. There's always a pearl if you look for it, if you find it. And that's usually, I would dare to say almost 100% of the time, if you're going through something difficult, you have to find the benefit. There's a reason that you're going through it, and God wants to do something through you because of it. So that's my word for the day. Talk to you guys later. See you.